Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Button Press podcast. Today, I'm here with my buddy Nick again,
What's going on, guys?
and we are going to be discussing our thoughts on the Switch 2 in 2026, how it's gone so far, and also our kind of predictions and thoughts on what we want from the rest of the year. But before we start, we have a brand new segment that we're kind of working into the Button Press podcast where we take hot takes from you guys. You can leave comments on either this video or the short that I posted earlier this week, leaving more hot takes for future episodes. But we do have one for today. The wording of it is pretty funny, but this week's hot take comes from Ride Home with Will, and he says, digital gaming blows. Physical games all the way.
Is that really? Okay, so you didn't tell me anything about this beforehand. You were like, okay, I'm going to keep the secret. I'm going to keep the secret.
Yeah, I wanted to throw it on you and see what your
I don't,
initial thoughts were.
I don't really think that's really a hot take. I feel like most people, if they have the option to get a physical thing, right, they're going to do it. I mean,
Yeah, but I also feel like that's the bubble that we're in. I feel like there's a lot of people out there and a lot of people that I know that prefer to not go out to the store, just download it. They could get it earlier. Usually they can get it at midnight. They don't have to worry about storing games. But of course, yeah, the bubble that we're in, we prefer the physical games. It's a collection, and it feels more like a an event going to the store to pick up things. So I mean, I'm in agreement with Will from this take.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like the convenience of digital games is like, it's great. Like I can hop on Steam or on the Nintendo Switch store or really like anything like PlayStation and Xbox, and you can just get games whenever you want, like on demand. But like also like you know eventually those games are going to go. You know what I mean? Every online store eventually down the road is going to shut down, and then what? You don't have access to those digital games anymore.
Yeah,
So it's like I personally love having I personally love having physical games because I actually own them.
yeah, that's
Like
a big
there's no stake in with Steam or with Nintendo.
yeah. That's a big thing and very topical considering the past episode of the Button Press podcast where me and Zach were discussing collecting physical. Um, One thing I will say, I think there are positives to digital gaming, whether we like it or not. Because I'm like I said, I'm on the side of physical games. Like I want it like in my hands. But like digital games, first of all, um, they do go on sale way more often than physical games, which is a, I mean, it's created by the companies marketing it. Like they could just as easily mark down the physical copies. But they tend to just do the digital. It's cheaper for them. But I think a big thing with digital gaming is that it allows more games to be made. Think about how many indie games that we have just because they didn't have to print hundreds of thousands of copies to get it out to people.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
but I feel like when most people talk about digital and physical games, like like okay, let's take I don't know. I know these indie games have physical versions like Cuphead and Shovel Knight. Like I find it hard to believe that people who bought those games previously when they before they had a physical version released were like, oh yeah, I don't want the physical version, and it comes with like an amiibo, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Like I feel like given the option, most people are going to choose to get the physical version because like, you know, of course indie games they're not going to afford they don't have the money to print them necessarily on like physical cards or discs, but you know if they had the option to, I'm sure they would, and I'm sure people would prefer that.
Yeah, just releasing digital first kind of allows them to like soft launch the game, and then when it does well, they could get that physical out there.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
a lot of people end up rebuying games when that happens.
yeah.
So
I mean, like, how many games have you rebought over the years?
plenty, plenty,
Like,
including Cuphead.
I mean, like, I've Cuphead, yeah, Cuphead. I've rebought. I mean, like a bunch of like big ones like GTA. I
Yeah.
had it on Xbox 360, then I had it on PS4, and now I have it on PC. I mean,
Hmm.
how many? I mean, people buy physical, and eventually people go digital as well. I mean, like I just said, GTA. I had it on PS4, then I moved to Steam, so now I have it on Steam.
Yeah.
You know,
There are benefits to digital, but I think we're with Will on this one. Physical all the way. Get physical games when you can. Keep that alive, and go to the store to get those things. I think getting them shipped to your house is like cutting corners for yourself. Make it an event, an experience. Go grab the game that you want to go grab, and make a thing out of it.
yeah. But let us know what you guys think in the comments.
God. Okay. So now with that said, I think we can hop into our topic for the show today. Um, Going over the future of the Switch, what we want, and what we've thought of the Switch so far. I think before we look forward into the future, I think we should take a step back and talk about what we think of the Switch in 2025. Like, did we overall feel happy with our purchase? We both got it at launch.
Around the same time.
Yeah, yeah, and I I feel like we both played the same games throughout that time. But my question for you is: after 2025 wrapped up, did you have any buyer's remorse with the Switch 2,
A
or were
little,
you happy?
yes. I have, or I do have buyer's remorse a little bit. Like, I'm not disappointed that I bought it necessarily. Um, like, I'm happy that I have it in my house, but um, I feel like it's disappointing in a way because game like there's not really many games out for it. Not many like first party games like that really interest me necessarily, at least when I bought it, right?
Yeah.
I think that the only two were Donkey Kong Bonanza and no, Donkey Kong Bonanza wasn't out right
No,
away.
Donkey Kong was not a
It
launch
was
title. Donkey
just
Kong came out in July, a
right.
month after. It was just World,
It
and
was
then
it was
some
just
third
Mario Kart.
party.
Yeah,
It
that's
was like
right.
Cyberpunk and a couple other
Yeah,
third party.
and it's like I feel like for a console launch, I feel like it kind of underperformed, at least for me personally. Like, I would have loved if it released with like a really big hit, like Mario Kart World. Great game. I
Yeah,
mean, no
yeah,
one,
it's
no
pretty
one,
good.
no one is like saying it's not a great game, but like if it had launched with a new Zelda title or a new Mario uh platformer, like people, that is gonna sell the console.
Yeah, or even Bonanza in the spot of World,
Yeah, yeah, I think that would have been a lot better.
or both of them at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would have been like 10 times better.
Yeah, day one would have felt better at least.
And I still feel now like I really don't have any games still for it. Like, uh, I ZA didn't interest me. Metroid Prime didn't interest me.
And funny enough, both of those games released on Switch One.
Oh yeah, that as well. I think and but I think that's honestly like a bad thing that games also come out on Switch One. I
I
feel like that limits them though.
I think we've seen the last of that for the most part. Like I think just because of the timing, um, I think both of those games at its base were built for Switch One, and then they were like Switch 2's coming out. We'll have a Switch 2 version of it.
Yeah.
Like I honestly think 20 like that's something that we're leaving behind in 2025 or maybe early 2026. Like we're not going to see those dual releases too much anymore. Like I when
Mhm.
uh like Mario Tennis, that's just Switch
Yeah.
2. We're already seeing it become its own console, and every console has done that in the past, like PS4 to PS5.
Yeah, I just wish they would like I just wish companies would do it a little bit sooner because I feel like games really suffer from having to release on like a on an older on an older console.
Yeah,
They're a lot more limited. Like look at we don't have Pokemon Winds and Waves yet. I mean, it was just announced. But I mean, just look at the graphics of that game compared to Scarlet and Violet.
yeah.
I
Switch
mean,
One is
like
holding it back.
it's a clear difference.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely. So I don't think I have as much buyer's remorse as you do, but I think my satisfaction with the Switch 2 is a bit fabricated in a way
Okay.
because first of all, every game that I picked up so far has been a game that I think I would naturally play. Maybe besides Mario Tennis, maybe I would have passed on that, but it was hot at the time. I'm happy I bought it, but like Metroid, Kirby Air Riders, Bonanza, and Mario Kart World are all games that I would have naturally added to my library. But with the Switch 2, I found myself going back to Switch 1 games that I bought and never put in my Switch 1. Like I'm starting games for the first time that I bought maybe a year ago, and that's kind of giving me like a false sense of a broad library, if you know what I
Right.
mean. Like
Right.
I'm popping in, um, you know, like Prince of Persia. Like I picked up near when the Switch 2 came out,
Mhm.
just because I uh was able to use like a gift card, and I got that, and I got Violet for free. I haven't even put Violet in my console yet. So these are Switch 1 games that I think are almost falsifying the sense of satisfaction for me.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I feel like Nintendo like recently, I feel like I've been like kind of priced out of a lot of games. Especially with Switch 1 was pretty Switch 2 was very expensive to buy. It was $550
Yeah,
plus tax, Um, and like if you don't buy Mario World, that's an $80 game. And a lot of games on the Switch are 70 or $80. So it's just like what am I trying like what do I want to put my money towards because I don't have the disposable income to just buy all the games.
right.
I can't most people don't have the money to buy all the games. But like do I want to spend $70 on ZA? Do I want to spend $70 on Metroid Prime? Not really. Like I'd rather wait for something that's really worth something like, you know, Pokopia is coming out and I am really excited about that.
Dude, it comes out tomorrow. I'm like, through the like I this is the most excited I think I've been, maybe besides Bonanza, but this
Yeah.
is the most excited I've been since the Switch 2 has come out.
Like I actually feel like I haven't really touched my Switch all that much
Yeah.
since I got it. I played Bonanza a little bit and I liked it a lot. I never finished it, but I really like it. But like Pokopia, you and I have both seen the reviews online. It's the highest rated Pokemon game of all time. I like life sims. I like Animal Crossing. So if it's even a little bit like that, I'm all in. But that's the one game I've felt where it's actually worth me buying it for $70.
Mhm.
Maybe, you know, maybe some people are like, maybe it's not worth $70. Maybe it's worth $40 or however.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with buying it for $70.
Yeah. I This is a very, very hefty wish. But now that Nintendo is doing $70, $80 price tag, I hope that they now put their games on sale a little bit more. I know they won't because they're Nintendo. But like I mean, I hope to see like Mario Day. Let's see some Mario titles, even if it's Odyssey, and then like put Odyssey on the shelf for $30 on Mario Day, because why not? Like they kind of have that extra padding now that they could drop a game down to 50 and say it's on sale, which we know it's the same as maybe a Switch 1 game price, but it'll make it feel a little bit better, and maybe sell some of those titles that people are iffy on.
Yeah, also like remember in the past, like they used to have like Player's Choice and Nintendo Selects, I think, on the
Yeah.
Wii, where they were just the games at a discount price, but
Mm-hmm.
they had a different label on the
Yeah.
box.
They did that with the 3DS and stuff too.
Yeah, like, they need more of those, but I think Nintendo is like pretty comfy not doing those because they don't need to. Because people will buy their games regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, like, like I remember people made a really big stink about $80 Mario Kart, but most people bought it. Like a lot
They
of people bought it.
yeah. And what other choice did they have?
Yeah, so it's just like if people are going to complain about it being $80 and don't buy it. That's the real way to make
Yeah.
things go down in price. But people are willing to pay $80 for Mario Kart.
Right.
So
Right. And I mean, I'm buying a lot of Switch 2 games, and this is I think I've played my Switch 2 throughout 2025 more consistently than I ever played my Switch 1. Um,
yeah,
but like I'm kind of prioritizing it as a system. I was a big PC gamer for a while. We PC gamed for many years. But I just really felt the urge to get back on like the couch with a controller in my hand and
yeah,
do that. So like this is kind of like my main system now. Like I'm not really buying PC games unless it's an exclusive. So that's kind of why I'm forking forward the money for these games on Switch.
yeah. I mean, and that's kind of how I feel a little bit. But my main is still PC.
Yeah.
Like I bought Resident Evil 9 on my PC. I know it released on the Switch, but I'd rather why play it on the Switch when I can play it on my PC that's gonna inevitably run it better than than the Switch is ever gonna do.
Yeah. That's a fair point. And I think that's a good segue to kind of roll into uh, us talking about what we think of 2026 so far for the Switch 2. Is it lining up, do you think, to be better, worse, maybe on par with 2025? We've had a lot of games release already, a lot of third party, which I think is a big benefit for the Switch 2. This is the hardest we've seen Nintendo push third party titles. We're actually getting stuff like Resident Evil Requiem and other games at release with the other consoles. We're not like we're starting to see less and less of Skyrim remastered for the 19th
Yeah,
time. Or I mean, this is kind of ironic because we just got like Fallout 4 announced for the
yeah,
Switch 2,
yeah.
but like we're starting to see more third party games that are releasing at the same time as other consoles on Switch 2.
I mean, luckily the well, I mean it's by design, but the Switch is just way more powerful than the Switch One was. So now companies are actually more willing to put their games on it because they'll actually run on it.
Yeah.
Like Switch One, what was the biggest game on Switch One? I know Batman Arkham Knight was on
The
there.
Witcher,
Oh yeah, The
Witcher
Witcher.
3.
I remember the Batman Arkham Knight on Switch One ran terribly, and I know a lot of people had to refund because they would like brick their switches or something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, like I remember it being bad, but like I guarantee you, if they put Batman Arkham Knight on this guy, it would run beautifully.
Yeah. Dude, and like there's so much value in playing in handheld, and like I picked up the Switch 1 the other day for the first time in
Yeah.
a long time,
Hmm.
and holy crap, the size difference is insane. Like the screen
Yeah.
on the Switch 2 is about the size of the entire Switch 1 console, and like it made me realize, wow, this is why I didn't play Switch 1 that much. Just because like it's tiny. Switch
Yeah.
2 is a huge upgrade from that.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I have. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I have bigger hands or something. But like, when I'm playing on the Switch Two, like or sorry, the Switch One, my hands cramp up a lot,
Yeah.
and like it's just really tiny in my hands. And this, I don't have a problem at all. Like,
Mhm.
I don't have any issues.
Yeah, it's great. Um
But
so
how's 2025 looking versus 2026 for the Switch Two? You think it's better or worse?
okay, so right now, I think for games that have released and have announced.
Yeah.
Like we got Mario Tennis, we got Resident Evil Requiem. Um, I had a list here that I had more for. But Oh, and Splatoon.
Splatoon,
That
right?
that's one that always just drops out of my head. Like I always forget it's a thing.
Splatoon's a lot bigger than you think it is.
Oh, it's
Like
huge.
I have Splatoon 3. I love Splatoon 3. Uh, but like I don't know, you just forget about it for some reason. Like
Yeah,
it's just a forgotten game. I don't know why.
yeah, and I think now they're going third, not third party. They're going like
There's like a single
a
player.
side game
Yeah,
rather than another main Splatoon. Like I think that's going to expand it in a way that's going to cement it as a main Nintendo franchise if it's not already. Which
it
it's
is.
yeah,
It
it's up
is.
there. But with Splatoon Raiders announced, Yoshi,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi, no, it's Yoshi and the I can't think of the name book,
Forgot.
the Great Book something. Why can't I think of the name? Hold on, Yoshi
But
game Switch 2. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. And
okay,
that's slated for spring. So
okay.
I think Mario Day they drop a release date for that at least. I think we're gonna get it obviously before June. But I think with everything that is announced, I think the first party games that we got in 2025, I think are stronger than what we have lined up right now.
Yeah.
If we're matching Mario Kart World, Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid Prime 4
Yep.
versus like Mario Tennis, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Splatoon Raiders.
Also, last year, is it Breath of the Wild? No, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Calamity, right? Is that what it's called?
The yeah, the
It's the
yeah, yeah.
Dynasty Warriors
I
Zelda
forgot. Was that
game.
this year or was that
That
last
was
year?
last year.
Age of Calamity release date. Yeah. Oh wait, no, not Calamity. Calamity was the old one. It
Oh,
was
Calamity.
is it
Okay.
Imprisonment?
Oh, Age of Imprisonment.
I haven't played it, so I'm not too
I
familiar.
still need to buy that game.
Imprisonment, yeah, November. But also, I forgot 2026. We also have Fire Emblem slated for later this
Oh
year,
yeah, that as
which
well.
that's going to be a huge game.
Also the Monster Hunter RPG game.
That's 2026.
I believe that came out. I believe that came out recently. Somewhat recently.
Um, let's see, Monster Hunter Switch 2.
If it's not
Fully
out, then
optimized
the
for upcoming
original one.
Nintendos. Which one? Stories 3.
3.
I'm interested to see the title because I mean the release date 3/13
Okay,
2026.
so
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 we're
next
still
week.
waiting on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think first party games 2026. I mean 2025 is stronger if you're just lining them up.
Mm-hmm.
But everything that we talked about is stuff that's happened either in the first
I mean, it's
two,
only
3 months
yeah,
or is later in the year. And I think there's still way more for them to announce this year. But I think third party wise, 2026 is like slam dunking on 2025. Like I
yeah,
think this is
yeah,
the start of Nintendo really pushing that third party.
yeah. I mean, 100%. I
Yeah,
mean, I think we're in for a little bit of a disappointment. For what's coming out first party this year. I don't think very much is going to be coming out this year. I mean, other than like Pokopia, I mean, like Pokemon, it was announced for 2027.
which I'm
Uh,
excited about.
I'm super excited. I'm glad they have enough time. Uh, but I mean, like I feel like Winds and Waves would have come out around like some point between October and December if Grand Theft Auto 6 wasn't coming out in October.
Yeah, I so we had this conversation a little bit earlier today about GTA 6 kind of disrupting the entire
Yeah.
gaming world. People are obviously going to try and dodge that month when it comes to release dates. We've seen it already with some games. Um, but I think I don't think Pokemon Winds and Waves getting a 2027 release date is making room for GTA. I honestly think it's making room for something else that Nintendo has in their pocket. I honestly think we're in a year of Mario.
Hmm.
I this is one of my predictions slash wants for this year. I honestly think this is the year we get a Mario, a new 3D Mario game at the end of the year. That's their holiday title. Um, if there's anybody who's going to be able to like stand up and compete with GTA, I think it's Mario. I
Yeah,
know Pokemon sells a lot, but like getting GTA and Mario around the same time, they don't have to drop Mario in November. They could drop it in October or maybe even December. Um, I think they're also going after two different audiences there.
yeah, but here's my issue is that uh we still don't know. Number one, the price of GTA 6 is still up in the air. A lot of people are speculating that it's going to be around $80 to $100.
Hmm.
Um, and GTA 6 is going to be probably the biggest video game of all time. GTA 5 is the biggest video game of all time now. So, you know, like, I can see them charging whatever they want, and gamers are willing to pay it. I think, and my thoughts are that the fact that Pokemon is releasing in 2027 is kind of a factor that they're just staying away from GTA 6 because Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the world. If anyone can actually like outsell or compete with GTA 6 for gamers' attention,
Yeah,
it would be Pokemon. But they're not releasing it until next year, and that's very out of the ordinary for them. They usually do it once a year.
like October, November release
October,
date.
November, December, somewhere around there. They do it once a year. This time it's different. And I think that's really just because what's changed what's changed? GTA 6 is coming out in October. That's the only difference.
Yeah,
And if a new Mario game was to come out, right? Gamers have the choice to either buy an $80 game or another $80 game. And they're going to choose one or the other. And I think that mainstream gamers, the average gamer, are probably going to go with GTA because I mean, it's just I mean, it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
yeah. I I honestly like in my heart don't believe that Nintendo's dodging that for GTA. Like I think they're making room for something else that they have. Like we're seeing other people like I think is it Call of Duty that already has like an October release date, or is
I
it?
think they skipped it. I
Let
think they're
me
skipping it.
Call of Duty release date. I thought,
'Cause
oh,
I don't think they
October. No,
I think they haven't announced a new game yet.
or was it the Halo remake or something? That was I think
Mm.
October something. But I it would be blasphemy if Nintendo doesn't have a holiday title. I think even even releasing next to GTA, the sale bump that they get from releasing for the holiday rather than just releasing a couple months later to dodge GTA, like the holiday sale bump outweighs that
Yeah.
that GTA whatever GTA is going to do to that Nintendo game.
My reasoning is that simply just because a lot of people, I think, I personally think that a lot of people that don't have a console, GTA is that console selling game. Whereas Mario, I would say yes, that Mario is definitely always will be a console selling game. People will always want the new Mario game. And if the new Mario game is announced, they'll want to switch to. But if like myself, like I know I did it. I bought a PlayStation 5 recently just so I could play GTA 6 when it comes out.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any PS5 games. The only reason why I have it is because GTA 6 is coming out. And I feel like a lot of people who don't have a PlayStation 5 or Xbox are going to be in the same boat as me where they don't want to miss out on the on this game, because it's going to be like a landmark game. 100%.
Yeah. Two interesting things. Well, something to think about is when it comes to GTA. going into PS5 and the Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, the PS5 is just going to be a 6-year-old console by that time. So
Hmm.
there's definitely more time for people to pick up the PS5. I think people like they're not. Of course they are, but they're not trying to sell consoles as much as Nintendo is right now.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 is still so young. It's less than a year old.
Hmm.
They need something that's going to carry the holiday sales for the Switch 2. Like if you think about it, there's tons of families that are going to be
Yep.
prioritizing that
Yep.
over GTA. Um, Another thing I was thinking about was, do you think we see a GTA 6 release
On Switch
on
2.
the Switch 2? Because that could change it all completely.
That would be insane, but the thing is why would they keep that secret? Because I think if they will do it later on down the line, because the consoles that they have announced for are PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. They have said nothing about PC or Switch 2. I don't think it's going to be on release. I think it's going to be later on down the line, if at all.
Yeah,
I think this year, though, in terms of first party games, I think Mario Day, we're going to get an announcement for the next Mario game, but I don't think it's going to come out until 2027. I think 2027 is going to be a very, very, very big year for Nintendo.
yeah. I mean if Mario also rolls over into 2027, yeah, I think we gotta like 2027 is gonna be might be the biggest Nintendo
I
years
mean, I
in a
think next
while.
year, 2027, we get the Zelda movie, I think, right?
Uh,
The Zelda movie comes out in 2027. Pokemon comes out in 2027. If Mario comes out in 2027, this is like the year that is the year of
yeah,
Nintendo
May 7th is the rumored release date for
of this year.
no 2027
Okay,
of the Zelda movie.
of the Zelda movie.
Um, that's another reason why I think they're dropping Mario this year. Like the movie, like we're coming off the 40th anniversary of Mario. We got the Galaxy movie. I think Mario Day they drop Sunshine onto Nintendo Switch Online,
Hmm.
and then we get a Mario Galaxy 3 or something that piggybacks off Mario Galaxy that series that releases later this year. Like I think they're that I mean that would even give it another extra push against GTA. And maybe it's not a November release date. Maybe we see it September even.
Yeah,
Like maybe it's a September release date that then rolls into holiday sales. That could still work.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, just for just for me, like I find it hard for like developers or game companies right now to compete for months and months with GTA. Like I'm seriously with the shortage of like RAM and stuff like that, consoles are getting more expensive. That's why they've been raising the prices of them. They haven't raised the price of Nintendo Switch yet. I hope they don't. Or have they? Have they?
Not the two.
Not the
They
two.
they for some reason raised the one, which just makes the Switch 2 a little bit more desirable.
Yeah,
Because why get a Switch 1? You can just get a Switch 2.
I think because like I know the Xbox Series X and the PS5 are going up in price.
There's
Um,
rumors that the next Xbox is going to be around $1,200.
yeah, like and it's the same with the Steam machine, the little cube
Yeah,
that they're releasing. It's rumored to be around $1,000.
right.
No one wants to pay that. Like why would anyone really want to pay that? Um, which I think is why a lot of people are trying to buy these consoles now, because you notice everywhere that there isn't any PS5s available. It's like back when it came out. Like
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because I feel like with PlayStations, they never quite reach that mark of like, all right, they're available to whoever wants them.
I think that's more of a recent thing because I remember when we were younger, I feel like you could just go to like Toys R Us and you could find 100 PS2s on the
Yeah,
shelves,
yeah, that's
like
fair.
or maybe not. I don't really remember. I mean, we were young,
Yeah,
but
but I mean, it again the whole it's harder for them to make. It's going to be harder for us to get. It's going to be more expensive for us.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but to rope this back to the conversation about the Switch, what do you think the lineup is? Do you think which series do you think have unannounced games? So we get Pocopia tomorrow. Yoshi is somewhere between now and the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
They said spring.
Yep.
Fire Emblem, we get. I think that's going to be maybe a summertime release,
Yep.
maybe end of summer. We've got the announcement for Splatoon, which has no release date or
Yep.
any inkling
Whoa.
inkling of a release of a release date.
No pun.
I think we know it's 2026, but
Uh,
like, do you think we see anything else from Legend of Zelda this year? I'm
I
trying.
I think the best we're gonna get for the big hitters, like the big hitters, Mario, Zelda, uh, who else?
I mean, Kirby.
Kirby.
We just
Well,
got
Kirby.
Air Riders.
I feel like from Mario and Zelda, those are like the big guys of Nintendo.
I just thought of one that might actually that would be able to compete with GTA
Oh God, which?
if they dropped a new Smash.
Oh shit,
If they
yeah,
dropped a new Smash, I think
yeah.
people would go nuts enough for it.
I feel like people would go pretty nuts for Smash.
I don't know where
I
people
don't think
stand
so
on
though.
that.
I don't think Nintendo's very much they don't really develop games like multiple games at once. Like could you see them doing more than one Mario game at one time? No, right?
Do you consider Smash a Mario game?
No. Cuz Sakurai is he that's his own team. That
Yeah,
like he did he seems like the kind of guy who does Kirby Air Riders. Like he finishes Ultimate, right?
yeah,
Then he develops Kirby Air Riders. He finishes that, then he moves on to the next game. He doesn't really strike me as the kind of guy that would do all these games at once. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
And
that's
that
fair.
goes in general for Nintendo. I feel like Miyamoto's the same way. Like they drew the one game, the one Mario 3D game, and then they finish that, complete that, and then they move on to the next one when that one's shipped.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. A lot of the times, unless it's like a Mario sports game, because
Oh yeah,
that's usually handled by
different team.
different team, different developers. But yeah, I don't see them like doing a 2D and a 3D Mario at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I pulled up just lists of biggest Nintendo franchises. Some of them are insane that they're on here. Um, but Mario, of course,
Okay.
I truly believe we get a 3D Mario by the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon we know is the Winds and Waves is next year.
Yep.
Pokopia is tomorrow. Do
Yep.
you think? Oh, Pokemon Champions
Mm.
is
Mm-hmm.
also coming. That's a Switch and mobile game.
This year, or next year.
It's this year. They confirmed it because this year's Pokemon World Championship is going to be played on Pokemon Champions.
Okay.
So that's confirmed. Um, is that going to be a full game? Is it just a battling system? I think it's going to be kind of like
I feel it's more of a battling
stadium.
system, right? It would be more of a battling system, right? Because it's their standard now for competitive.
Yeah, that's going to be where they play their world championships. And
Okay, I don't think it's
um,
going to be a game then. I think it's gonna. Well, yes, it's going to be a game, but like I don't think it's going to have a story or any of that. It's just going to be like you know, like pick your Pokemon and battle.
yeah, I think there might be a single player where
Oh, like you
you get
train them.
like a tournament
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like and stuff like that, but not like we're not seeing Coliseum level or Gale of Darkness like single player.
No.
So that we do get that sometime this year, which that's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a massive drop for Pokemon, but I think the Pokemon fans are gonna jump on it and use it. But it's not gonna be a console selling thing for people who normally don't play Pokemon.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda. I honestly think the most we get for Legend of Zelda this year is stuff going up to NSO, stuff like games that aren't on there
Mhm.
already. Maybe we see some of the Wii, like a Wii NSO, and we get some titles from the franchise there. But I think that's the most we see from them.
I think at most we'll get a announcement that they're doing something. I don't know, but I don't think there's gonna be much for Zelda this year.
Yeah, and I mean Zelda's been in the spotlight so much so recently that I just think
Didn't
now
it?
it's opening the door for Mario.
Didn't Tears of the Kingdom come out like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, but like I feel like people still go crazy for that game. It got the re-release on Switch 2.
Mm,
Same with Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
Like Zelda, and then we got Echoes of Wisdom,
because of Wisdom. Yep.
and then we just got Age of Imprisonment. Like it's
There's
we,
plenty of Zelda
there's
stuff.
plenty of Zelda. Donkey Kong. I don't think we're seeing anything Donkey Kong related. That would be insane if they dropped like a Donkey Kong Country game.
That would be great. I mean, but I think Retro Studios they make Donkey Kong Country. They did the last one or
The
two,
last two.
last two. I mean, they just shipped Metroid Prime 4, so I'm sure there's not a
They're
Donkey Kong
probably
Country game on the horizon
yeah. They're probably
anytime soon.
still wiping the sweat off their brow from freaking
Yeah,
years of development on Prime 4.
yeah,
Animal Crossing. I think we just see more support for Animal Crossing New Horizons.
yeah.
Uh,
They really
is it,
need
whoa,
to.
did I just mix those two titles? Is it just
It's
Animal
new.
Crossing
It's New
New
Horizons.
Horizons? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why I just brain farted. It was like New Leaf, New Horizons. Like what?
They
Yeah,
I think there needs to be a new Animal Crossing game, and now there needs to be a new Animal Crossing game soon, because every single Switch console gets one around release, right? City Folk, New Leaf, um,
City Folk, New Leaf.
then there was Horizon,
What's the DS one?
New Leaf.
No, the DS one, not the 3DS one.
Oh, um,
Wild World. Let me hold on. Wild World. Yeah,
Wild
I was
World.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Wild World was released. So yeah, I mean maybe we do, but I don't think it's this year.
I think, yeah. I mean, I would love a release date, or not a release date, a trailer for it.
Yeah. The thing is, they're still they just pushed out a brand new update for New Horizons, which adds like a hotel and everything. Like
Yeah.
they just I think they're just for that franchise, they're just cruising on supporting that game.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like they are going to be cruising on supporting that game, but it's definitely out of the ordinary that there's not an Animal Crossing game on their new console,
No.
because it that comes out. There's one on every new console that they put out.
Yeah. Yeah. Smash Bros. That I think is something that Nintendo just has in their pocket that whenever they want to drop it, I don't think they have it done or whatever, but like they once they say, all right, get Smash Bros.
The-
Like
yeah,
worked on, they're in good shape. They can drop that anytime. It's going to be a hard one to predict.
my my struggle with that is just, Ultimate is its tagline is everyone is here, right?
Yeah.
What do you do with the next one? Like,
Yeah. I think they develop it more in the sense of like, let's get a flesh out single player.
yeah, like all I see for Smash in in the next few years is just a Switch 2 release. That's all I see for it.
Switch to release, do you think they go back to releasing more characters?
I would love if they did. Like, what really ideally what I want them to do is to just port it onto Switch 2, and then have a physical release for Switch 2 and just update it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all. That's really all they need to do. I don't think they need a new game.
Yeah. Let's get a couple more fighter passes. I think eventually, when the time comes, there will be a new
I think so.
Smash.
Yeah, I think so.
But they need to reinvent the series a little bit.
Yeah.
Kirby. I honestly don't think we see any new Kirby games this year.
Nope.
Maybe like a small 2D Kirby release, but like we just got Kirby Air Riders. We've gotten
Kirby's interesting because even though he's a flagship Nintendo thing, he never sells well.
right
Same with Metroid.
Metroid. Yeah, Metroid's at the bottom of the list. Yeah,
Metroid and Kirby they never sell well for some reason.
yeah. Um, I think we don't see Kirby for the rest of the year.
I don't think we're gonna see Kirby. No.
Splatoon. We know we're getting Splatoon Raiders
Mhm.
at some point. I don't know when that will be. I feel like that's going to be a late summer release, like in August.
I can see that.
An August
Yeah,
release.
I can see that.
Metroid. We don't get any Metroid for this year. We just got Prime.
Prime.
I think the next Metroid will be another 2D Metroid
Yeah.
game
Yeah, I think so.
if they want to do it. Fire Emblem, we know we're getting. So, Another thing, do you think we get any Mario like side games? Do we get another Mario Party, another
Mm.
Mario sports game? I mean, a lot of people have been asking for a new Mario Baseball. I know I would love that. That's my favorite
I
Mario
mean,
sports
that's my
game.
favorite sports game.
A new Mario RPG, which we kind of got one recently with Brothership. Maybe a new Paper Mario.
You know, I would really love to see a new Paper Mario game. Um, but like, I don't think there's gonna be much for Mario this year. I really don't think there's gonna be that much.
Really,
No, I don't
I'm
think so. We got tennis and like,
Yoshi.
yeah. I
You
mean,
could count that.
yeah, Yoshi's his own guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. He's his own man. He
he's
like
his own
he's
man. He's got his own thing going on. Um, no, I don't think there's gonna be much for Mario this year. I think we got tennis, and we're getting the Mario movie. That's your Mario
I
this year.
really I'm on the other side of this, man. I honestly think this is the year of Mario. Like I think they're going all out on Mario this year.
Well, I mean, we'll see on the 10th.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really hoping that they do something. Like,
Yeah.
I would love if, you know, I would be happy if they were like, oh yeah, there's a new 3D Mario. It comes out tomorrow. It comes out on
Mm.
the 11th.
I think another thing we're definitely getting this year is some sort of update to Mario Kart World. I think we're getting new racers, new outfits. Uh the fact that they haven't done that already blows my mind.
Yeah,
But that's another
they
thing
could be
that I
saving
think
it,
we're getting this year.
but like Nintendo's not really that great at doing their anniversaries. Really, I mean, like,
I mean, Zelda's was
no-
silent this year,
yeah,
and it was the
Zelda's
40th.
Zelda's was silent. I remember the year of Luigi. Do you remember the year of Luigi?
Yeah.
I mean,
They released
I
Super
mean,
Luigi Bros. Super new
yeah. There
Super
was
Luigi.
was there a Luigi's Mansion too, or no?
I don't know if that was that year.
But like, that was a bad year for
Yeah.
for Luigi. I mean, it was a celebration of Mario, but just Luigi was the guy.
Yeah.
Um, but
Rightfully so. Luigi is the fucking guy.
it is the guy. But yeah, Zelda quiet, Pokemon 30th anniversary quiet. I
I don't.
mean,
I mean,
not quiet, but
yeah.
there's nothing coming out this year for Pokemon.
Right. But I mean, Winds and Waves was a crazy announcement.
It's a crazy announcement, but it's not coming out on the 30th
Right.
anniversary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they'll announce things for Mario's 40th, but or 40th, right? 40th.
40th. So 40th was kind of last year into this year. That's they celebrated it.
Oh, so
It
this Mario
hits
Day is going to be the 41st.
technically yes,
Okay.
but like they might treat it like the 40th. They're doing it weird. Like they're
Okay.
celebrating it
So we'll just say
in
it's the
between years.
40th. It's just easier to say it's the 40th.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get a lot of announcements. You're gonna get a few announcements. Can you imagine they do a Mario Rabbids?
Oh
That's their
man.
big game this year.
That I mean I do hear those games are good,
No, I hear they're good,
but
but like, that
that
would
would
be a
be
disappointment.
nuts.
That'd be a disappointment.
I think what we need to see in the Switch lineup this year is them to sprinkle in more games that aren't like this is gonna sound dumb, but like aren't heavy hitters. Like we don't need every game to be a 3D Mario or a Breath of the Wild. Like let's get like a new WarioWare on Switch too. Like that's a good party game to throw in there. Like just maybe we get a Luigi's Mansion 4 this year.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like that could be something. I mean, that's a big franchise, but like you know what I mean? Like we got Fire Emblem, that's huge. Pocopia is going to be huge. Let's get some like WarioWare, some weird games in there.
I think that's what they're doing with the indie games. Like,
Yeah,
they're sprinkling those in, so while you wait for the big games, you have these. Like, what was that one anime game that's kind of like
Orbitals.
Orbitals?
Dude, I'm so hyped for
I think
Orbitals.
that's gonna be really good, and that's only Switch
That is a
2.
Switch exclusive
Yeah,
and it is getting a physical release.
yeah. See, I'll be getting that 100%. We'll play that. But like, I feel like they're sprinkling in those indie games while you wait for Pokemon, while you wait for Zelda, while you wait for Mario.
Yeah. I just don't yeah. I don't think we're going to be waiting that long for the next big Mario.
I think next year is going to be a big year for Mario. It might be a big year for Zelda. Well, I mean, if the movie comes out, I think it'll be a big year for Zelda. It's gonna be a gigantic year for Pokemon. Um, yeah, I mean,
Things are looking good. Things are.
I just don't think it's this year. I just don't think it's this year.
That's fair. That's fair. I think something we should do maybe like towards the end of the year is come back
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That'd be fun.
see what actually happened and talk about how we think 2026 went
Yeah,
for Switch. Um, I yeah, I feel like we have very different views on what 2026 is going to be
yeah.
like for Nintendo,
Uh-huh.
and it'd be fun to compare that. But um, with that said, I feel like that's pretty much all I have to say on 2026 for the Switch 2. I feel like
Yeah.
we talked it up. We have our predictions um, on how this year is going to go, and I'm excited to see like only a couple more days until we see maybe what Mario has to offer this year.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping it's like something I'm hoping I know I'm like being pessimistic about it and saying nothing's gonna come out, but I really hope they do announce something. That'd be awesome. They do.
Yeah,
Like super awesome if they do.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you again for joining. I'm through the roof that we get to play Pokopia tomorrow
Oh yeah,
together.
yep, 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 yep.
I've been looking forward to it for a long while now, and the reviews have just solidified my excitement.
Yeah, I mean I'm super pumped for Pokopia and like I mean I'm gonna be playing it all day tomorrow, but you know, you just let me know what you think.
This is gonna be the first time in a while that I stay up past
Like 10 o'clock.
yeah, usually eight
Yeah.
p.m. I'm falling asleep in my chair playing like Metroid or something like
That's
that.
been me the last couple of nights. I've been shivering in my boots, fucking playing Resident Evil 9. That is
Yeah. Oh,
so scary, dude.
before we end the episode, without spoilers, I know you've got a little bit of time under your belt in that game. Like, how you feeling about it?
Oh, dude, I bought it. So I bought it Thursday when it came out.
Yeah.
So that was last week, and I played the first 30 minutes, and I couldn't play it. I couldn't play it. So
Are you?
I mean, I'm a big scaredy cat. So like scary games are generally not my vibe, but like Resident Evil, there's just something about it that I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Are
Um,
you doing first person for
so how
just
they
the?
Yeah, so how they do it is they give you the option to be first or third person, but they recommend you do a certain one for each character.
Third
So
for Leon, right?
third person for Leon, and then for the girl you play in first person. And the reason why they do that is because Leons are action oriented. He fights zombies, you kick ass. He throws out one liners, stuff like that. It's goofy.
Classic Leon.
Uh, and uh, and Grace, the other character, is the more horror focused segments. But like the first like hour of that game is absolutely terrifying. Like not great on horror, but like I had to like stop playing and then come back to it and then keep going because
Yeah,
I'm just too scared to play those games.
that's awesome. That game has made me want to play Resident Evil more than ever in my
Oh,
life.
you should. There's
By the
there's
end
a
of this year, I'm
part,
gonna be playing it.
no spoilers, but there's a part right now that I'm at where you're in this like mine or whatever, uh pitch black, and there's a blind monster that is looking for you, and you don't know where you're going, and you got to turn the power on, and there's a bunch of stuff that you bump into that makes noise, and then it comes for you,
Oh
and
man,
it's fuck,
that's the
it's so terrifying.
yeah. I do love horror games though. It's as much as I like get scared and I jump, I love it.
What's nice about it is like the internet is memey about this right now, but there's like the parts where you know you're Grace and it is like the worst horror imaginable, and then you play as Leon and you're just like kicking everybody's ass and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and like there's just a big meme about Grace's gameplay versus Leon's gameplay, and like you get rewarded almost for doing Grace's. You get rewarded by getting to beat the shit out of all the zombies and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in
That's
Leon's
awesome.
gameplay. So
Ah, that sounds so cool.
yeah.
That sounds so cool. I definitely have to get to it. So, I think that concludes this episode of the Button Press podcast. Thank you so much for joining. I can't
Of
wait to have
course.
you on for more
Of course.
episodes. You're one of my favorite people to talk to about this kind of stuff, and I feel like our conversations are always so
I mean,
So great.
my mouth is dry. I need more water.
Here.
No, chill, dude.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Button Press podcast. If you want to see more content from us, check out us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, where we post some more fun, shorter content. And then also check back on Spotify and YouTube for the full length episodes of the Button Press podcast. I promise soon I'm going to be getting this stuff up on Apple Podcast. I still need to figure that out. I think I've been saying that for the last 3 episodes. But for some reason, every time I try to do it, it's a little confusing, and then I get distracted, and then I don't end up doing it. Also, if you want to hear us talk about your hot takes on future episodes of the Button Press podcast, make sure you leave comments below stating your gaming hot takes for us to discuss.
And of course, let us know what you think.
About what? Anyway, we'll see you guys next time on the Button Press podcast. Peace out.
Later.